So hello everybody and welcome to the channel, bobsales, this time's next year. So thank you everyone that turned up yesterday. I did forget to send a lot of links out. A lot of them did get found in the chat, but some of you didn't get found. So if you didn't get found, I'm very sorry. Let's do something next week because I definitely wanted to speak to everyone I reached out to. And it was only down to cock up that I actually missed the links. So anyway, the whole party went well. I had no end of people turn up, what I didn't think, even Alex G and Cryptoys themselves. But yeah, it's been emotional. It's been a great birthday. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. I'm sorry if we did miss your comments in the descriptions and stuff like that. So anyway, thank you for the birthday wishes. Thank you for everyone that turned up. Thank you for everyone that didn't turn up, anyone. But if you didn't turn up, please reach out in the future. Let's do something. And thank you to the co-host Mo, B, Duck and Cover and Anna. They've done really well. If you have won a giveaway, reach out. I will start sorting that out today. I did just take a day off yesterday to enjoy my actual birthday. But I had my celebration, so I slept most of that day. So yeah. So anyway, thank you for everything. I'm going to cut some of these bits into sections. This section is going to be a general laugh. Mainly, there's quite a bit in here about facsimiles and stuff like that. And then I think the next section is going to be HRO, and then the next one will be Alex G, and then the next one will be Cryptoys. There was a lot going on in that stream, a lot of people, a lot of company, a lot of good laughs. So yeah, and a lot of alcohol at the time, I think. So yeah, as always, I've been your host, bobsales. This time next year, we will be millionaires. A peace. And we are live. Are we live?
We're live.
Yes, we're live. Hello.
Hello,
everybody, and wow, the channel.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, the chat's going wild.
Oh, we'll start that again, shall we? So, hello everybody, and welcome to the channel, bobsales. This time's next year. So that hurt everyone. It's good to see you all. So basically, we're here to celebrate my birthday. We're here to celebrate the subscribers. We're here to celebrate 1,000 Twitter followers. We're here to give away some stuff, give back to the people that watched me grow from the beginning. And we're here to have some great guests, great people, and obviously friends. And talking of friends, let's introduce the friends, shall we? So can we start with you, Mo? Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do, what projects you do, stuff like that? Just a little bit about yourself, just in case no one knows you.
Yes, sir. What's going on, Bob? Appreciate you having me here, man. Happy birthday, or happy pre-birthday. I guess we're not quite there yet. Chat, what is up? Y'all know me, moknowz. I call horse races on the internet. Local favorite skeleton, and yeah, that's it. Pretty much here to talk shit and get lit. Kick it over to Kenobi, man. What's up, Kenobi?
Hi, and I'm on Kenobi. I'm mainly in veve. I'm in a few other projects like Earth 2, you might have heard of from Randy or some other people. Pogger, and been slightly detached lately. I've been trying crypto trading. I think Duck and Cover has as well. Speak about that later. But mainly here for Bob's birthday, and overall, veve is my main thing. Over to BE.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'm BE, Informant. Mo and I love to do stuff together. When we do it, it's skin and bones. I like veve. We are, of course, Cryptoys ambassador as Skin and Bones. I love this space. We were just talking, right before we came on, just about how it's so much fun to get to actually see people from all over the world. And here we are. Bob, thank you so much for having me, everyone. This is awesome. And let's go over to Duck and Cover.
How you doing, folks? Duck and Cover, as you know, resident loudmouth in all the comments, all the chats, all the YouTube, sections and all that. Hooked up with bobsales just at random through a chat. One day, I think it was on Kobe Collect's channel, if I'm not mistaken, but through a shared fandom. And he's just become a very good mate. And like he said, we're here to celebrate his birthday. And hey, look, it's definitely a cause worth celebrating. Plenty of giveaways, plenty of shit going on here today. Plenty of stuff, sorry, algorithm and all that. But hey, look, we're all out for a good time, and it's going to be a good night. Got some good guests, good prizes. It's going to be awesome. Stay tuned.
So yeah, apart from that, it's good to see you all. And now we can all talk normally again.
Yeah, I actually forgot to get my coffee because one of us had tech issues. I'm going to go grab my coffee while y'all talk amongst yourselves and get shit rolling. And if anyone's going to use up all the F-bombs in the algorithm, Duck, it's going to be me. So
yeah, for sure.
Well, you're more than welcome. It's an adult stream.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. Well, just putting out the feelers. You know how it is.
we're gonna get banned here, but yeah, go get your coffee.
I'll be right back. Yep.
Perfect. Shelby Cobra's in the house. Actually, if you want her to do, that is my wife. She's here. If you want her to do some moderating, she is ready. I think you just click on her if you want, and you can set her to ban any of the mean people that aren't in here. Anyways, it's good to see everyone here.
I need to get my wife on just for the stats. Get another person in. I think she's gone to bed though. But yeah, we were just talking about off stream about one of the best things we all agreed was just meeting each other in what's deemed as maybe not real life, but it is real life.
Right.
Yeah, definitely one of the best things for me.
It's all right. I'm just trying to work out how to do this.
Agreed.
Forgive the amateur over here.
I mean, no, Boris. If you go, you may have to do it actually in YouTube. Do you have YouTube open?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have that another window, you just go on anyone you want to be a moderator. There'll be like 3 dots next to it. There should be, and you click on those, and it'll say,
right, there we go.
And then you can give her the one that says "Control Bob's channel from now on," and then I can take over. I'm just kidding.
That's all right. I trust her actually. So.
Yes, definitely. Hey, Choo Choo's in the house. Osmond, good to see you. Raven, everyone in here. King Crypto. Lord, I came in late, so here we go. I'm trying to go through everyone. Delco, dude.
You are now a moderator.
There we go.
So if I make all of you moderators, will that put you all in there?
It could.
Yeah, so everybody here is a mod.
Right, you can just click everyone to be moderators.
Well, I trust you all, so.
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm in the comment section here. Is that the chat or what is that?
1 second.
Yes, that's the chat.
All right.
So I think Anandash, mate. I think we're done.
Alex.
Sorry, chat. We're just bear with us. We are not professionals.
Keep yourself, Bob. All right, I'm gonna do my job here and bring in production.
Well, we're on
Bob. Rob, everybody throw your hands around. Superstar Rob in the building.
What's up, guys? What's up, guys?
Look out.
On location.
Go.
I'm not in my usual setup right now. I'm at a concert, but I wanted to pop in to say happy birthday to bobsales. Joe's gonna come on later. We got a gift for you, but I'm not gonna tell you what it is right now. Okay, I'm gonna leave it for later. Keep the suspense.
What concert you at, mate?
Yeah, what concert we seeing?
I wouldn't say I may not be the country fan, but I'm always down to go for the ride, right? So,
So you're at a country music concert?
yeah, guys, I can't hear anything, so I'm gonna drop off. But I just want to pop in.
Hey,
Happy
good
birthday,
seeing you,
and
man.
Joe will pick up later.
I love you, brother.
Go
Thank you, by the way. I love you.
All right, take care, guys.
See it. So I guess he was at a country concert he didn't want to be at, but actually for me, like I'm not big on country, but if it's live music, I don't care what it is. I love it. It's so much different, so much fun.
Yeah, a little bit country, a little rock and roll.
Right.
Or if there's good food stalls to compensate for the music you don't like, so that's good as well.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, he's gone to a country music festival. What he probably, he's not really a fan of, but you've got to do them sort of things once in a while, wouldn't you?
Well,
if your wife makes
spell
it.
country without, I think I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah.
So what should we talk about? What do you reckon? How did you get on with the drops today? Did you do any Star Wars drops or no one do it? Or I mean, I watched.
I saw the numbers.
No.
I saw the numbers. What was there, 700? Last time I looked, there was 700 that sold.
Oh no! When was the last time you looked? Was that 10 hours ago or a few minutes ago?
It was a few hours back, good 5-6 hours ago.
Not good.
No,
I did
not
snipe.
good.
I sniped 2023 and I made 50 gems on it. I mean, it was not a good drop.
But I gotta say, man, I mean, recently I've been sort of putting it on Twitter and all that, but I've been stacking the Lambos, man, especially the cheap ones, the uncommons, because honestly, man, when you look at this shit, man, 5,000 is nothing.
Exactly.
Since Lambo dropped on veve, I've been watching a lot of videos about supercars and stuff like that. And like I put on Twitter the other day, it seems like every channel that talks about supercars that I click on has millions of followers. And you moaning that 5,000 Lambos is too many. Out of 15 million followers for Supercar Blondie, for example, how many of those 15 million do you think are ever going to be able to afford a Lamborghini that might be interested in a 3D model NFT of a Lamborghini?
So I have one question quick for BE and Mo. How do I put the comments up on the screen?
Oh, you don't. That's why I'm production. Let me get rolling here, Bobby. I have to be the one that... You mean like this?
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
just
Mo
checking.
can do it.
Right.
He's the one.
It's all right. I was just having a look at some of them, and I thought, how do I click on?
I'm
them
the
and put
only
them up?
one, Bob. All right, I'm reaching out to Bone. I don't know if he didn't have the link apparently. So
No worries. Bones who? B.
yeah,
Bones
Bone's
B.
I'm
Bongo,
sure
man.
I sent him the
Bones
link.
B.
If there's anyone else that hasn't got the link, please message one of the co-hosts because they're a bit more organized than me.
Yeah.
Actually, he got lucky as hell. I saw that, but yeah. Hit us up.
I had a question
just-
for you, actually, Mo.
What's up?
Like I said, I've only ever been on 2 of the Fudders streams with OG Vault and all that. So I don't really know exactly what goes on in those streams. I know that there's been a lot of them and all that, but I mean, what's your general outlook on veve? What are your pros and cons? What are your criticisms? What are your big ups?
I mean, I feel like right now it's kind of falling flat, but I think the overall vision of veve is strong. I think the collectibles, once we remove the cell phones and the tablets and computer screens and remove them out of the equation, and everything's viewed through VR or AR lenses, I think it's going to be a game changer. I think the veveverse being able for social content, being able to host his birthday party, in a custom made, veve space or a veveverse, right? That I can create the 3D model, upload it, they approve it, I can bring it into my veveverse, and then, bam, Bob's having a birthday bash, right? Like things like that, I think is going to be game breaking. As far as the market, as far as the trends and everything like that, I mean, pretty much buy it, get something good on the drop, sell it at the top, buy it back at a quarter of the price, right? I mean, that's unfortunate, but it just seems to be status quo, right? But as far as the platform itself, I think it's great. I think it's got a really strong future.
So tell me if I'm wrong, but in a nutshell, my assumption of what you just said is that like short term you're kind of skeptical, but long term you're very bullish.
Well, yeah, because short term it's just nothing but flipping, right? Like we've got all the good comics except X-Men #1 and then Captain America #1, which I tend to be on the side that we're never going to see Captain America #1. If you don't know, I mean, it's got like the SWAT stickers and Hitler on the cover, and I'm not against that coming out.
Cover, man,
it isn't. Listen, I'm not against that cover coming out, but I'm just saying in this climate, what I'm saying, would they actually release that and deal with potential backlash? I don't know.
Well, on that subject, did you guys see the Superstars video from this morning about the comics? And
100%.
You saw that? What do you guys think about that, actually? The idea that all we're getting really is digital versions of the facsimiles, not the originals.
Well, I can't say I didn't notice myself because a lot of the times they got the price tags missing, didn't they? And there is a couple of slight differences. But does it really make a difference at the minute? Does FA make a difference at the minute? All the other platforms that seem to be releasing stuff still seem to be selling.
Well, what do you think, Bob? Do you think it does or it doesn't make a difference?
I don't know. I used to think it used to make a difference, but right now with the FAs, they definitely don't make a difference right now. I don't think possibly.
Even if the FA that we're getting of, like, I mean, they use the example of AF15, and there was that difference between the original version of the physical and the facsimile of the physical. Even with the FA tag, if it's a copy of the facsimile physical, you still don't think that makes a difference just because it's FA on the blockchain? I'm not being funny. I'm asking.
No, it does make a difference, but to me, the FA don't really make a difference. Like, that hasn't mattered to me for quite a while. I've got to be honest. And with the comics, like with the Batman one, it does slightly because I see the cover difference, and there is a couple of slight differences. Like it looks like the cover's moved over more than it should be, if that makes sense. It's not centered right.
And so that detail makes a difference to you, though.
Yeah, I would say so. But then at the same time, I think everyone that bought that comic the other day was literally buying it to then flip, to then get some of their bag back what they already put in DC.
Like most said earlier, I think most
and that's just being slightly honest. And I'm happy for every single one of them. That comic done absolutely well. And for DC, it's actually started to hype back up. There hasn't been a Batcow space, or I haven't seen any Batcow things for a while. And then next minute, there's a Batcow space. Everyone's celebrating. So it's good for DC. And they were starting to get to that worrying sign where it started to look like maybe they were going to have problems. So
did we watch the same drop yesterday?
That's what I was saying, right?
Because I see this as like the nail in the coffin for Palm and DC. I mean, the value on that was way lower than anybody anticipated. And I mean, I'm really not trying to blackfill the conversation. I'm just saying, man, like I think most people expect it to be, you know, $5,000 or up for the legendary. I was even like, okay, they jacked up the price to 20, so maybe we'll see 10K for the legendary, right? If there is the hype. But I think people making spaces, yeah, there's something to talk about. But are people genuinely hyped? I feel like there's less hype now the day after than there was 2 days ago going into it. And one thing I want to say about Superstar's video real quick, because I actually wanted to look into this. I didn't have time today. Didn't Jim Lee and Palm, didn't they verify that they're not scans? Because I know that they leaned into it again on the Superstar video, and I thought that was misinformation. Again, I'm not saying it. I haven't looked into it, but I could have sworn that they came in and said they were not scanned. They were built. They were like handcrafted and built from the ground up, these comics.
Well, I remember that when Superstars first put out their videos about those first comics that got released, they had like the staples and all that, and they were talking about how they were scanned.
Yeah.
I do remember that there was some kind of response, but
Yeah, they said
I
it
mean,
was.
don't quote me on this, but I kind of remember that the response was a little bit vague, and it didn't really put a close to the conversation.
Okay, well, that would make sense. But
No, I think they did say it
That's
wasn't
just my
scanned.
memory, though.
I think they did say it wasn't scanned, didn't they?
They did say that, but I mean, what they presented as, like, you know, sort of evidence of that, if you like. I mean, that's a strong word, but like I said, I have a vague memory of a vague sort of, you know, explanation.
yeah, I'm trying to find
So
the post, actually.
I don't think it was ever really settled.
And in terms of the hype being less, the hype across the whole space is a little less, I think.
That's the problem, right?
Yeah.
Because everything's down. We're, you know, in this bear market, people are kind of just down on the whole thing. And yeah, I've talked about this before. Everyone's waiting for that next bull market to sell, which we'll never get it. So that's kind of the problem we're in right now. I'm gonna wait. And I think Bob was right when he said everyone bought into that thinking they could, you know, get some of their money back, and it just didn't happen. But I'm not as depressed as Mo with what happened yesterday. I'm not happy about it.
I'm depressed. I'm just over it.
I don't think
You know what?
he's
I'm over it so
but
much.
it's not the end of it. I don't.
No,
think
it's not the end of it. We're gonna, but maybe we'll try to outweigh the information here. We do have a new guest. I just want to don't keep him backstage too long.
All right.
Hey,
Oh, yes.
Osman.
What's happening, guys?
You all right?
Yeah,
How are
Yes,
you?
sir.
So what's happening?
Do you want to introduce yourself, Oz? Obviously, I know you. I've met you in real life, so. And obviously,
Yeah, well-
same as Anad, by the way. I met Anad in real life.
Yeah.
Right, so I think I've interacted with all of you in one form or another, haven't I? I mean, like Bob and Anna, we've met in real life. We had a meet up in London a while back, so we had a really enjoyable day. Had a great time. Duck and cover, so we've seen each other around the spaces from time to time. And Informant and Mo, I think we interacted on Doctor Strange's birthday stream last time. I saw you
Yes,
too.
we did.
Yep.
Yes, it was a good time. Good
Yeah,
to
it
see you
was
back,
good.
man.
Yeah, thanks, man. Thanks for having me, Bob, and happy birthday, mate.
That's all right. It's not yet. It's like half an hour, but we'll
Oh, it's
get
half
there.
an hour.
Oh yeah, I
We'll
better
get
set the
there.
timer.
Yeah.
But thank you very much.
That's it. Well, I have to get like some party poppers or some whistles or something going,
Yeah.
eh?
Well, one of the things I was going to say is Anad bought me a T-shirt. Nice of him. He
Oh, that's
actually
the
bought
one,
me
is
this
it?
T-shirt. Yeah, my birthday T-shirt. So.
Love
Oh,
it.
excellent.
Not that I'm doing a very good job of that because I can't work out the mirrored camera bit. You know where it's
Oh,
the
you
opposite
can do it.
side. What a pain in the ass. That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
So
I'll
we
tell
have-
you what. I'll tell you what, like, no, because we're meeting up in London in a couple of weeks. Yeah, maybe I'll find you something for your birthday then.
No, you don't need to. It's just your time is good enough. Literally, like you don't need to find me anything. Your time is good enough. It's same as everyone in the chat and everyone else. You don't need to donate to any of the links. But if you do want to support the other two guys with their crypto toys, go ahead. I'm quite happy for you to do that. You may as well because I've got a bargain on at the minute, and it is a
right.
bargain. So even I
It
bought
is a
one
bargain.
today.
It's a killer, isn't it?
Yeah, the
Yeah.
buy one get one free. Just remember, you get airdrop the other one. I didn't tell Denny OC earlier. You get airdrop the other one next week. So, and it's good until
Yeah.
Sunday at 11:59.
That's right.
And if
Yeah.
anyone needs the link, I don't know if you got it from me, Osman, but I can send it to you. I can DM you if you didn't get it. If you're coming on and you need a link, just let me know.
Yeah, we'll
I'll
do.
DM.
Yeah, cheers, man. Thanks for that. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
crazy, isn't it? Like they say, like you mint 5, you get 5. Mint 20, you get 20. It's like, you know, if you were definitely looking to get the cryptoys, now would be the time to do it. I mean, like I'm scratching around trying to find enough for at least one because I just sank all my most of my money for the month into the Predator posters because that's what I wanted. And it's like, oh, now the cryptoys are dropping this. God,
I know, right? It's like no more money.
bastards.
No more money. Who needs money? It's ridiculous.
funny
Yeah.
enough, you can build a wicked playpen out of them Predator posters. So
Yeah,
you know the
I
back
like-
of them when you turn them round, kind of looks like a fence, like in a jungle, wrapped in jungle. So I done a short the other day, and it literally, I made it so the poster was up, and then when you pulled it down, it had like the dinosaurs behind it. It looked like a little playpen for dinosaurs. It's pretty cool. So pretty
Yeah.
unique for the poster.
If
I
you
like
don't,
it.
if you don't mind, I just want to say, not a lot of people know this, but I'm Jewish. Today is Rosh Hashanah, which is our New Year's.
Oh, right.
And so, Happy New Year's to any of our Jewish friends out there. I know Will from Cryptoys; he's Jewish. But I just want to say that that's it. It started at sundown, so there you go.
Well, hi.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, I was just
Thank
about
you.
to say the same. Happy New Year, brother.
That's it. I don't want to say anything because I might butcher it and I might upset somebody. So I'll just say, yeah, Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Do you do
Bob's-
New Year's resolutions or anything like that?
Well, just to do better. Right.
You're doing fine. I watched one of your streams. You're doing fine.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
He only
We got
watched
Dino-
one. He couldn't take a second one.
Yeah, that's right. He's like, I can't handle these guys. Dino is in the house saying happy birthday.
Yeah, I
man,
did. I
Yeah, if
must
you wanna
admit, I
come
think
on.
I forgot to send Dino a link and all.
Yeah, Dino, if you want to come on,
I'm not doing very well, I must admit.
I'll send you a link if you want to come on and say happy birthday. If not, you said it here. Good to see you.
Bob, did you
thank
Did you send me a spreadsheet of everything that you sent out?
everyone.
I didn't actually look over it. I
did
just
send
assumed
you
it
a
was right.
spreadsheet, so I've got quite a few bits to go through, to be honest. So we've got
Is that Dino
X-Men
Lang, you said?
comic here, but there's actually 2 in there, so there's 2 X-Men comics.
Oh,
in there.
nice. Yeah, they're nice covers.
Then we have one of these. Alex, you'll recognise this. We bought this in London.
Oh, yeah, that looks very familiar.
It's the
That's fine.
Spidey. Not that you can really see that very good, I must admit. It's a nice
Wow, I
one.
like it.
How did you pull up after that day as well? Because you were pretty rough that day.
Oh man, I was rough that day. Well, the funny thing was, the culprit is above me. It's
what-
on the
it's-
left. Yeah,
Sorry, that way. That
Yeah.
That way, it's himself.
yeah. So Hanad was the culprit that night. Before we met to go London, I got a bit drunk with Hanad, got a bit emotional, and the next minute I was in London, and yeah, I felt rough the whole time.
Yeah,
I was
I can
nearly
tell.
sick a couple of times without the water. It was dreadful, wasn't it? But I still
Yeah.
had fun. But yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Was
it
that
was still a good day.
with your cousin Connor when we went to Bedford?
No, I don't know. That was the cooker.
Oh no, that was different. Okay. It's his own fault.
We won't go into that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Looking forward to seeing you on the 12th, hopefully.
Well, funny enough, me and Anna had just come from McDonald's today because he
Oh,
actually
right.
lives around the corner now. So we
Yeah.
see each other quite regular.
Obviously, you're only getting the best lunch possible in the world at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Paying for
Yeah.
quality.
Yeah.
Yep.
He actually orders a Happy Meal for the toys. I've never seen.
Oh, yeah.
You think, are these NFTs yet? Excuse me,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Right. Totally.
It's
Operative
very
word
true.
being yeah.
Give it
It's gonna
time.
happen.
Give
It's
it
gonna
time.
happen.
It's very true. I must admit.
I've
Yeah,
never
so-
seen anyone, or definitely not any adult, order 3 Happy Meals.
Oh, I've got to make them. The only thing is, the toys are rubbish now. They make them like the
They
cards.
are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The only
Then-
good thing you can get nowadays is sometimes you get Pokemon cards. That is the only thing worth value. Everything else is either cardboard or stuffed.
So this is the thing, man. Forget about Pokemon on Vega. Everybody's when Pikachu and all that shit. When McDonald's.
Yeah.
When Happy Meals, bro.
When McHappy Meals. When
I don't
when
Start
Hamburger.
giving away that shit on
When
Happy
Grimace.
Meals, it's over. It's over.
Right.
It'd be a
Yeah.
better toy than what you get now. I'm telling you.
For real.
So, give us a Ronald. Give us a Hamburger. Give us a Grimace.
Hey, come on.
I mean,
Jeremy Padua. We already know Jeremy Padua is a big fucking BD bull.
True.
When do we get, Fortnite skins in Happy Meals that are NFTs on BD? Let's go. Come on. there
Yeah,
it is.
wouldn't that be a game changer to start getting them at McDonald's to get them involved?
that's
That
it.
would be, yep.
Forget about next time this time next year. We're millionaires tomorrow, mate.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
I
you see
don't
all the other, I mean, like you see all the other big companies getting involved in them. And what you got, like Starbucks, getting involved with like Polygon and like some other big companies. Like it's only a matter of time for like McDonald's gets in with somebody because they're like, well, everyone else is doing it. We have to do it too to stay like
Yep.
relevant.
I mean,
100%.
Coke got involved
Right.
in TV, and they kind of fell flat. None of their stuff's worth anything. I remember buying the snow globe for something ridiculous. Now I just
Yeah.
Dread to look what it's at.
How much
Funny
did you
enough.
pay? Because Mo and I always thought I paid 200 for. I'm like, oh my god, I got 1,000, like sub 2,000 for 200. I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
it was something like that.
Right? And now it's what, $8, 8 gems,
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm actually
Dude,
just
I paid $450 for a fucking murmur corner, and I regret nothing.
Oh, no.
That's it. Collect what you love.
That's
Well,
one
yeah,
you should
That's
be
exactly
regretting.
right. Just like
Yeah, well, I'm just looking at the floor on the snow globes of the model at the moment. The one with the Coke bottle is going for 99 gems.
Ooh.
99.
With-
Oh, right. What about the one with the polar bear?
The
That's
polar bear
not-
is going currently
Yeah, that's
for
8.
Give me a
That's
second.
10
8, I
gems,
think.
yeah.
10 gems, yeah.
Wow.
Something like that. I brought that one the other week, actually.
There'd be a lot of additions. It was the
must
time
admit.
where
Yeah.
we were really pumping up the edition numbers.
It's when we had 2 million users, said
It's
nobody
going
ever.
for 7 gems.
All
That
right.
is-
Remind us.
Yeah.
The polar bear is going for 7 gems.
No.
I still- that is
disrespect
my
on
favorite.
childhood.
It is such a that one is my favorite. I mean, if it came down to 5, I would stack them. I really like that. I think in the future that will be a nice one to have, but
Well,
not
here's a good
financial
question
wise.
for the
And it's
entire
all
panel.
about.
Sorry, yeah, I mean, go ahead.
That's all right,
We'll
mate.
do
It's all about like the scenarios, right? The scenery, even. Sorry. So when you get into the VV-verse, like
Yeah.
that's where the price is going to go up a bit. But
Yeah.
it all depends what you can get in the VV-verse, what you can import in as well. So
But-
when
Right.
Fro comes on, if he comes on later, we're going to pick his brains. We're going to tie him up, and we're going to force him to tell us all the secrets.
I'm not sure he's got anything left. I think everyone has already done that.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Well, luckily for you, Bob, when he was on our show today, we actually put him through a series of hypnosis. So he actually should be primed and ready to roll by the time he gets here.
Excellent.
So
Did you do that with
Absolutely.
disappearing eyes?
yeah, that's how we do it. All right, actually, we have other fine gentlemen here ready to join the show backstage.
Who
Welcome,
we got?
Mr. Michael.
Oh,
It's MC.
Whoa.
Hey, hello, mate.
Yo.
How's
Hey,
it going, my
guys.
collectibles? Good to
You all right,
see you.
mate?
Happy birthday, Bob Sales!
Thank you, my friend. My favourite positive person. You're right.
I was
It's
just
good
going
to
to say
see
the
ya.
same thing to you, man. Congratulations. Good to see everybody else as well.
Hey, good to see you, man.
So I'm suffering a little bit with a bad throat. So if I do go croaky, you know why.
Oh, were you
I have-
partying hard? Were you
I have
partying
been.
hard?
No, I've been panicking all day. Something was going to go wrong. So I've been trying to calm my nerves all day. So
And
Mate,
it did
doing-
go wrong.
doing well.
It did go wrong right at the beginning because of me. So
Well, nothing went wrong for Bob Sales, though.
no. He's been
And
good.
actually,
He's been
the
good.
bounce is working overtime back there. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Jimbolee.
Oh,
Jimbolee.
Hey, look,
Okay,
hey,
mate.
good to see you,
look
man.
at that.
Hello,
Good to
guys.
see
How are
you.
you?
Going on, man?
Yeah.
Good, mate. How are
nice
you?
to finally meet you as well.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey,
I've never
mate.
been on
Happy
stream with
birthday.
you. Good to meet you.
Thank you. It's in 20 minutes. 20 minutes and it's my birthday.
We need like a
Officially,
countdown,
so-
don't we?
Very
I've
cool.
got a
We start
timer.
The giveaways
Excellent.
as the presents and all that stuff. Or...
I did get some presents actually. I got some drop heads from Bonesby. I got an Egyptian mask and another drop head from Arno. Now I wish I remembered his Twitter handle, I must admit, but I still remember him as Arno. So even with, I think it's no tactic something, but to me, he's
Dunno.
Arno. He's always been
And
Arno.
it was the
so-
same guy that gave you all that.
No, Bones B give me 2 drop heads. He's
Ah,
also,
sorry.
I think Bones is also coming on to donate a HRO card as well. I mean, we've got loads
Yes.
of
Nice.
giveaways to go through as well. I think Anad said something about a giveaway. Duck and
Yeah,
Covered said
before-
something about a
Mm.
giveaway.
Well, I'm going to check a couple of things up for 1 gem. Why not? Fuck it. Let's get the people in.
But would a bot sweep it up if it's 1 gem?
Mm.
I don't,
You should make it
They
like
won't.
1 gem, like in like 7 frags or something.
Well, it depends what
So,
you're
yeah, I
listing
didn't
up.
get that.
Yeah, like don't make it like a whole number. Make it like 1 gem and like 7.
Yeah.
like-
Does that
Yeah.
make
So
a
it's-
difference?
Yeah, because a script could get, something
Yeah.
with a bot or something.
Oh, I could
Yeah.
get flagged for that? Really?
Well, apparently.
See, look at that collection behind Jimbo. Look at that.
I know, right?
That is very impressive.
Oh, yeah.
That is very impressive.
Oh,
So I should say, so like me and my collectibles have had a long journey together. I've been watching his streams forever. One of the first streams I got into before I even started VV. So it's great to see him. And obviously the drop heads, I own 32 of them. So obviously great to
32?
see ya.
Wow.
Yeah, 32, yeah.
wow.
And then I
Wow.
have like literally so many signed. I have the FA signed My Collectibles comic. I've got about another 5 more. I've won Omi. I've won all sorts from mycollectables, and I've just won my PSA Michael Jordan card. Is it? Yeah.
It's on the way
that's-
to you, man.
Wow, man. Good
And
luck.
now I'll go
You're
in my
killing it.
toy.
Yeah, look, we all know mycollectables is one of the best streamers there is. You know, one of the best YouTube. Hey,
And then I should
This is true.
explain. So Jimbo as well. So Jimbo, me and Jimbo have spoken over the years. We've always spoken. We've never met, never got to stream together yet. But we've always had a UFC connection. As you can see behind him, he's got a lot of sports stuff, a lot of memorabilia, and he's always like shared his back scene photos or his own photos at the UFC events. So also that's my connection to him as well. So
don't you
I
train
just
for
thought
that,
I'd say
Bob?
thank you and
Yeah.
just explain my connection and how we kind of met, but not met in a way.
We're like brothers in a different country and from another mother, but yeah, we're like.
Are you also the bloke as well that had the bug eye glasses as well?
Yeah.
Yes, I have those.
Cool. Yeah, no, they're really cool.
Yeah, it's
One
got
thing,
your logo, Jimbo. Your logo's right
Hey,
here.
thank you.
Oh yeah, that's right, and the logos as well.
These are just like, I mean, it's just so. Look at that.
Yeah,
right?
those are cool.
Look at the
Oh, wait,
detail.
that was you, Jimbo, that made those?
Yeah, that
No,
was
no,
Jimbo.
no.
He made these.
Oh,
and,
wow.
like,
I remember when everybody was talking about the artists that built those and gave them out to the people who were
Oh, how cool.
Man, those things are
Yeah.
beautiful.
They're
They're absolutely
amazing.
stunning. Well done, man.
Yes, I'm not the artist, but I made them for all the YouTubers and content creators for Vivi, and
those things
and,
are gorgeous.
Those are beautiful pieces. Each one is made by an artist, visual artist, and each one is unique. So those are beautiful. It's I think that one that you have, my collectibles, it's the big one, right?
Yeah,
Because those are only 10, and the other ones are 25 pieces.
Wow.
I noticed, MC, that it was signed by 4 different people.
Yeah, because he gave it to us at just out of we're at DCon, in November last year, just at the Friday night event and just hanging around and everybody's meeting each other. And then he starts handing out these logos, like just complete shock and surprise. And so, I was astounded. So I actually, when I got a chance to meet David, you and them, because I'd never really met them before or since, but, when I was at the DCon event on Sunday, I asked if they could sign it. So I got like David and Dan to sign it and Alex and Corey. Almost
cool.
the entire VV team that I met. It's almost everybody's on there that I had a chance to meet. I think Reese is on there as well. So that was pretty cool. So they signed it right on the black part, with silver and gold ink. So I know a lot of people tried to do that too. So but without just getting one, that was just total shock and surprise, guys. Talk about the most generous thing you could ever imagine, right? So
Outside of Grogu, that's got to be your most prized possession.
oh yeah, it's always right beside Grogu. It always sits right there.
Is Grogu behaving himself?
I don't know. I don't know, guys.
I was about to say, that actually is a good question. So, going around, what would be your favorite collectible? If you don't mind answering, and that could be VV in real life or
yeah.
Anyone can start.
My vintage stormtroopers. Those are my favorite. From
How
the
many do you have?
77. Yeah, I have about 100 and something of them.
Oh wow.
That's
They're
cool.
all loose. They're not sealed anymore. They're I just was buying them every time I'd see them at vintage stores for $5-10 a piece or something like that. And I amassed this massive army. I'll share a photo at some point. It's I have them all I've stood them up a few times and just looked at them, and then other times I put them away because there's a ton of them, and I keep a few out. There's variants that are really rare, so I keep them in my little case. But I just love the old school Stormtrooper. You can get them for cheap. I have a few sealed ones too, but that's my favorite.
It's like your army, right? Your little army going on.
Yeah, they ever add that to VV or even Cryptoys. I'll be
I saw
buying
your
a
post
lot.
the other day of, you talked about you wanted to have like 1,000 stormtroopers set up just like in the hangar of the Death Star or whatever it was. You posted that photo. Saying, I need like 1,000 of these stormtroopers.
I know.
That's
I mean, hopefully, if they ever release them on any platform, they'll make them cheap and they give us like 100,000 editions. We can just play with them, right? You know,
but I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, there's always this discussion on concerning veve about whether it's a flippers app or whether it's a collector's app. And I think that what you just said is kind of what makes the difference, right? You've got all these stormtroopers. You said you've got about 100 of them, and a lot of them, if not all of them, are out of the boxes. And you just have pleasure in taking them out, setting them up, and looking at them. And that's it. That's what you need from this thing, and that's what makes you a collector over a flipper. You know, somebody who's just looking to make a quick return.
I like both.
So,
yeah, I like both too.
Yeah, I think we need.
There's both. I mean, it's the same in the physical collectibles market. There's some stuff you buy because you have an expectation of return on what it is that you purchase, right? But for the most part, I would say that like all that stuff that's in your background, all those comic books and all that stuff, you have them on display because you love to look at them and no other reason.
100%. No utility needed. They just sit there.
Right.
Utility is joy looking at them.
Look at
right?
them. Exactly.
Yeah. So I was just looking at Poppy's question saying stormtroopers are going to be big. Will it be veve? Will it be cryptoys? I think the question we should be asking is, are they going to be able to shoot? And are they actually going to be able to hit anything?
Right.
They'll hit nothing.
No,
Well, they
nothing.
did actually
they'll
release
hit absolutely nothing.
today's ones actually come out, and you can actually drive it this time. And I didn't think you could when I first see the images, so I'm a bit more impressed with that one than I would have been. But it's still going to go under retail, of course. Don't go for that. Drop, not financial advice. But
Which one?
Which one's
but
that?
with that one, it's just
with the
Sunday
chicken walker.
the way I wrapped my head around the whole thing was if a veveverse ready one with the link to R2D2 went under retail, then the rest might have a problem. That was the bit I went off, to be honest.
Yeah. Well,
but I mean, like I was saying to somebody today, I mean, like you look at what the veveverse is shaping up to be, and it's kind of going to be what everybody when the media started talking about the metaverse, they listened to Mark Zuckerberg, and they had this sort of like vision of what the metaverse would be, but I always sort of saw it as being like a new version of like GTA Online sort of thing. And I think that's what veveverse and helix and all these kind of metaverses are shaping up to be. And if you get into a game like that, I looked at the numbers for GTA yesterday, and they've got like 150,000 monthly users. Out of those 150,000 monthly players, there's only 5,000 Lamborghinis available for those people. So, these numbers might be big for the current veve users that we have, but if you believe in the future of the project as a metaverse, these numbers are actually pretty small, including especially the Star Wars stuff like what dropped today, 3,500 editions.
Nothing, right?
That's
nothing.
Yeah, don't even get me started on America Chavez. Whew. Low
You
link
and your
count.
Mega Chavez.
That's my girl, man. That's my girl.
It is his girl. We've talked about this though, because it's 2 years ago, 30,000 comics was nothing. We're like, we can totally
sold out in an instant.
Right?
Yeah.
And it would sell out. So, and we were gun ho. And, if you think of Warren Buffett, he's like, if you believe in something, you get it and you stick with it. You don't just buy it to sell. So we're looking at the long term. And long term, we've got 7.7 billion people in the world. And we only need 1 million, right? Like, or 2 million. And that will be, a drop in the bucket, these numbers. So, yeah, like today's 3,500, that is going to be crazy if you get a bunch of people in the app.
Well, I mean,
that's exactly the proof that there's more flippers than collectors in the market right now, because there's a lot of controversy about the size of the edition runs, right? And that's because everybody's looking to, buy for $5 now and sell for $10 10 minutes later.
It's the mentality.
So a lack of foresight. That's what it is.
It's hard not to be critical on the editions, but at the same time, if you like what it is, you can buy it, but then we do want to make some money along the line. I think that's half the game plan. It's got to be a bit of both. I think that's the fun of it for me. The gamification is the marketplace. That's my fun. And then it always goes back into veve collectibles anyway, so it don't really matter, does it?
it's still in the app.
Yeah, I've never withdrawn any money.
No,
Every
same.
gem I ever made in profit went straight back into other collectibles.
Yeah, I pulled out once, and I do flip, but I flip, and then because I'm a mint hunter, so I mean, I'll spend a lot of money for a mint. I mean, I spent, oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself for doing this. I spent, I think, $900 for the last mint of the red veve logo, so for 777. But that, to me, I want that. So in order to do stuff like that, I have to flip some stuff. But like with Pink Panther, I'm like, screw it, I'm gonna buy it. If I don't make money, it doesn't matter. So
Well, that's how I worked my way up with my in real life Star Wars collecting.
Exactly.
I started small, and I bought, so you know, I told you about all my little stormtroopers for fun, but I would buy up, you know, full on lots of loose vintage Star Wars figures, as well as sealed ones as well from the 80s and 70s, and then pick, you know, keep the ones in those like lots, right? When I say a lot, like when someone sells like a group of them, a lot of people call it a lot, right? Like you can buy that. And so, you know, you buy those, you pick out the stuff that you want to keep in your collection, and then you liquefy the rest for profit and make more money, and then flip your way up to the bigger stuff. And then over time, I would be selling, you know, vintage Star Wars and 80s toys and stuff. And then I would just like buy them low when I saw them, and then wait, you know, a while, and then maybe a year or two, and then sell them for double or triple. Because, you know, when these new movies came out in the 2000s, a lot of those vintage toys from the 80s, like those movies came out, and it pushed a lot of vintage toys from the 80s up, like He-Mans and G.I. Joes and the rest of them. They all started to kind of climb because the Star Wars stuff climbed as well. It's kind of funny how it works, because most people collect from that era. They collect a lot of things they grew up on. So, you know, I was able to work my way up by flipping and selling these vintage Star Wars on eBay, basically, and through Instagram. And then when I opened my shop, well, that's because I had amassed such a huge collection. I had storage facilities where I had like all my boxes. And I thought, I think I'm going to open up a shop now and have some fun with that. But it was flipping my way up slowly, and then I was able to work my way up to the big stuff. You could go straight to the big stuff, but I find it really fun to find stuff cheap and then wait and then sell. So these mints in veve, it's like hunting for rare mints is kind of like, for me, hunting at like a toy fair and finding a rare variant of a vintage toy. And then you pull it out and you go, hey, check this out. There's going to be a special buyer for that eventually. And you can list it, and you can tweet about it or whatever and sell it and go, you know, like if I'm talking about the real world stuff, say, hey, look at this rare variant that's got like this different head on it. Like that's the way the Star Wars ones, like the Luke's with hair or something. And you can, and then some special buyer will go, I've been looking for that for my collection. And then you'll make money on it if you don't want it. And then you can use that money to go back and buy what you want. So the mint hunting to me is exactly the same thing, because that's how you differentiate the difference between these two. If they're not talking about the rarities, it's the mint. So pretty awesome, pretty fun. And it's all part of the game. If you learn how to play it, you can do well and fuel your own collecting through flipping and getting stuff to people who want to collect other things that you don't collect. So it's all part of it.
So even the ultimate collector had to flip. So it shows.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, you can. It's part of the, and I think the misnomer is that some people think collectors never sell. But I think collectors sell a lot and try to get to the stuff they really want, unless you just want to open up your wallet and then just buy the big stuff, and then you're done. But what's the fun in that?
That leads me to a question that I always wondered about you in particular, MC. I always wondered, as a guy who owned a collectibles and comic book shop for so long,
five and a half to 6 years. 5.5 to 6 years. So,
well, that's a pretty long time. I mean, 6 years. I mean, that's, you know, I've worked in place for 6 years, and when I remember how long I worked there, it seems like a pretty big chunk of time. So 6 years. My question is, like, did you have a criteria that you used to differentiate what you're buying for yourself and what you were buying for your inventory for the shop? And how did you sort of, like, you know, determine what you were when you were spending money? What's for me and what's to resell? Did you have a criteria for that? Or?
It's a very difficult thing to do if you own a shop like that, and you find that some shop owners have a very difficult time selling stuff in their shop sometimes because they get too caught up in the collecting aspect of it. So I always felt that anything I put on display was for sale, and I had to let it go. And I tried to separate it. It's tough. It's like when you hear that joke about drug dealers, don't use your own.
They get high on your stash. Classic Scarface. Classic Scarface.
Exactly. Right, yeah. Right. So it's the same thing if you're a dealer, and when it comes to not the same thing, but it's, if you get too caught up in loving the items that are on the shelf, then like I've gone into collectible shops where there's no prices on things because, then the owner's like, do you really want to sell this or do you not? Like, what's the deal here? So anything that got put out in my shop, I was like, it's gone, right? It's for someone else. And so then I also avoided certain things. Like I didn't go down into Pokemon card collecting, even though I was selling the packs, the newest releases in my shop, because if I did, I knew that I would go down that rabbit hole. So I stuck with the stuff that I really like enjoyed and loved and wanted to go after. And really, it was difficult at times though, man. Like some things I let go in my shop that I look back on now and I go, oh, I would have loved to have that on the shelf right here. So, so it's a really great question, but yeah, you have to separate, and you kind of can do that on the veve app too. You can focus on what you want or on anything. And then you can kind of like,
I think we've all gone through that thing where like, do I sell it? Do I keep it? Do I, what do I do with this thing?
Yeah. Do I like it? Do I not like it?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, I don't want to.
How much do I like it? That's the important question.
I don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to. We are seconds away.
Everybody get ready to sing.
From Bob.
Just reading the chat.
We're gonna sing it.
Yeah. It's about time for him to turn 13.
13.
All right, but we're waiting here. I was, I guess, a little bit early here, but
Thank
we've got
you.
less than a minute.
Thank you, No Tactic in the chat. So I was right. It was No Tactic that gifted me the Egyptian. He actually remembered me mentioning how much I liked the Egyptian death mask, and then saved that NFT, the Kid Arcade NFT for me, and then a drop head as well.
No, here we
go.
Right,
here we are.
Here it is.
It's time.
Happy
birthday. Are we gonna say?
Are we gonna sing?
Bobsales. Are we singing?
Are we doing it? Yeah, let's sing it. Bugger.
Here we go. Every chat, we want you to sing too. Let's go.
You sing too.
Right.
Happy birthday
to you.
Right.
Happy birthday to you. Hello, internet lag. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. And many more.
Absolutely beautiful.
I know. That sounds like,
you know why there's no
major
internet
lag.
on the band.
Congratulations.
That's
you gotta let it go. How old you are?
What was that? Sorry.
I said you gotta let it go. Just exactly how old you're turning.
I say,
34.
you could make that. I was about to say you could make that a question like for like a questionnaire.
I think I'm 34 anyway. Well,
Yeah,
I've
that's
got
what
a
he
couple
said,
of good questions actually, and we should really do the first giveaway. So, because I can imagine there's people that want to do a giveaway. So, what
How
I'll
many
put in
people
the
we got in
market.
here?
So, I'm gonna put an ultra rare Tinkerbell in the market for 2 gems. I think the floor price is 15 gem. So, and I'll put that in the market at 5 past. So, in 4 minutes.
There we go. OG Vault in the building. Look out. Hey,
All right,
and it's
man.
the ultra rare. So.
I didn't see it. What's up, OG Vault? Good to see you,
Vault
man.
in the house.
Yep. And
Thank you,
I think he's
Poppy, by the
coming
way.
on. If you want, Vault, if you need me to send you the link, let me know. Fromy is on here too. I think he said he was going to be out to dinner, so I don't know if he's coming on yet or whatever, but hopefully he comes on.
I think we've got people come in at all different times, to be honest. So let's just
different
hope we
times.
can all stay alive by that point, eh?
Right.
But no time like the present. I don't know how long he's been waiting. I apologize, but Ichiro Legend himself, Wazaverse.